In these next 3 episodes, we're going to be talking with Donna Baker about fear. And welcome to another episode of Primetime Makeover. I'm here today with our guest, Donna Baker. Donna Baker is an intercessor, radio host, mother, minister, friend, gal pal, wonderful woman who talks a lot and helps people to confront fears, overcome them, and embrace what's next. So in these next 3 episodes, we're going to be talking with Donna Baker about fear. Hi Donna, how are you?
Hi, hello. It is an honor to be here with you, talking about something that I should know a lot about since I was held captive by it for many, many years.
Really? You were a fearful person?
Oh, I wouldn't even want to share some of the things that I was spooked out and afraid of, but thanks be to God and the ministry of deliverance, I have confronted many fears.
Okay. Well, let's start. And one of the things we want to do in talking about fear, we want to talk about some of the things that people are most fearful of. What are some of the things you've seen?
Well, I mean, of course, in this economy, people are afraid of lack of finances, making their ends meet, retirement plans, how they're going to send their children to college. Fear of lack.
Yep. Fear of lack. Okay. And I was reading someplace that the fear of public speaking is more prevalent than the fear of death. More people are afraid to speak in public than they are afraid of dying, which is up there too.
Yes, that's true. I was one of them. I was very afraid of speaking publicly because you know what? It's fear of confidence in who God made you to be. Kind of like not knowing that this is something that you're supposed to do. So everything about it just, makes you
scary.
Yes.
Yeah, and then some of us thought, well, what if they don't like what I'm saying?
Exactly. Fear of rejection.
Rejection.
That's a big one right there.
That's a big one.
Yes.
And now tell me, what is a fear of rejection? Let's talk about that.
Well, fear of rejection, of course, is you do something and you're not fully embraced, you're not fully accepted, you're not fully understood, and it's like you're depending on others to validate who you are, as opposed to you knowing this is who I am, and I know that I'm already accepted by the one who counts the most. So if you're not accepting of me, you have that right and that privilege, but I'm not going to let it feed into me feeling rejected.
So I'm not going to change who I am because you may not like me.
Exactly.
Whoa, fear of rejection. And boy, can you think of all the places that may show up.
Yes, in relationships, on the job, in ministry. I mean, everywhere. I mean, it's no limit to where.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And what does fear look like? How might somebody who has a fear of rejection, how might they respond in a relationship or on a job or in the ministry?
Well, they sabotage relationships because, if I sabotage the relationship, then I never get to the point where I've got to be vulnerable, I've got to look at myself, I've got to be open. Fear to me looks like hurdles, high hurdles for someone that has never trained for the race. So rather than running, making an attempt to go over them, you literally just run into them, bang your knees all up, fall back, and just discard yourself from the race. That's one example.
Whoa, that's a good example. So if I'm afraid of being rejected or afraid of anything, then rather than confronting that, I'm going to find a way to either go around it or just not deal with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sabotage is one, and then another is not even making an attempt, not even giving it a try. You know how they say nothing beats a failure but a try. And not even trying, like goals and aspirations that you have, you won't even allow yourself to put your foot, to the plow, let alone, stop before you finish. So yeah, fear is just massive. It's got all kind of links and tentacles to it. It's all different. It's phobias, it's trepidation, it's, intimidation, it's,
Let's talk about that one. What is the difference between intimidation and fear?
Well, they're kind of closely related. I would say they're like cousins. Intimidation is what will manifest. That's what shows up when you got fear. It shows up. Somebody, you have an opportunity to do something, but you don't feel sufficient. You don't feel competent, or you don't feel capable. So as a result of that fear in there, you'll back away, you'll back down, you'll act timid.
Timidity.
Timidity.
And one of the things that we say in Sepia Prime Woman, in fact, our tagline is, make a bold move.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make a bold move if you're afraid of something.
Absolutely.
But do we sometimes mask fear? Some of us may not know that we're afraid because we've perfected these things that we wear. What do those look like?
Well, those look like, this is just the way I am, or I really didn't want to do that anyway. You know what? I'm not like that. That's okay for her, but not for me. When deep inside, that's a sincere desire. That's something that you want. You like to look differently, but rather than believe that you can go and work out and exercise and make little impact in your physical appearance, along with your health, of course, you'll just say that's okay and just keep eating the wrong foods and keep doing things that are not going to produce what you really have a heart to see happen in your life.
Well, okay. Could the bully be fearful?
Oh, bullies. I'm telling you, I had my share of them growing up. The bully truly represents the enemy as far as I'm concerned. Because a bully works on your fears, works on your insecurities. And what do bullies do? They catch you when you're not around your friends or your siblings, because they know that you'll feel more courageous around them, as well as the fact that they'll jump in and say, you're not going to do that. And so bullies absolutely feed into fear. They're like a big steak or a big hamburger, making fear grow and get bigger and bigger. So bullies are definitely connected to fear.
So now I want to talk about that a little bit, because we all have things that make us want to run away.
Yes.
The bullying things. I want to talk about both the bully, because I want to know what's motivating the bully. Because the bully doesn't pick on somebody their own size.
Exactly.
They pick on people who perceive they're weaker. And so that person on the job or in the ministry who is aggressive and and may tend to bully others, could that person also be operating in some fear?
Absolutely, they are. You know what? It's a spirit like pride. Some people don't know that pride works both sides. You can think too high of yourself, or you can think too low of yourself, and both are forms of pride. So absolutely what you just said is true. The bully is just afraid of not being accepted because he's, whatever it is. So this is why they pick on someone who has the same spirit. It's like heads and tails, two different sides of a coin.
Of the same thing.
The same thing.
That is really something. We're going to take a break, and we will be right back with Donna Baker on Feed